Well, hello, all my lovely, lovely witchy poos out there and gifted people, and just regular old loving people who love to watch my channel for whatever reason. You are gifted too. You may not know it, but trust me, if you're here for a reason, you're gifted. This is your High Priestess, Lady Lisa, saying hello from the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area. I haven't been on for a little while. I was under the weather, but I am back, and here I am. We're going to do a YouTube. Some of it's going to be per request, some of it isn't, and hopefully this battery will stay charged. And it is chilly in Philly, okay? And the reason why I decided to do this so late is because I got good news again tonight. Um, I'm getting greater news tomorrow, and there was something that I have to do at midnight outside of my home to a neighbor's home because I don't like them. They cause chaos, they cause commotion, and they're just on my freaking nerves. So they got to go. And this type of thing that I'm going to do has to be done at midnight when I'm in my cloak outside. And by the time you get this video, it will already have been done. So I brought down my Louis Vuitton little bag because I got a few goodies in there to show you guys, okay? A few little goodies. Since you guys, well, you guys haven't been going, I've been going, okay? Let's first say hello to everybody who gave me the honor and the privilege to read you, whether it was a private reading or a party. To also channel and pull your loved ones through, okay? I never use the word death or deceased. I use the word passed over because we do not die, okay? Death is a word that means the ending of something and the beginning of something new. Does that take away your grieving process? It absolutely does not. Grieving is a forever lifetime thing. It doesn't even make it easier. Life just helps you to live with it. And I know this from experience, not just because I'm a high priestess, a psychic, a medium, and a lot of other gifts out there. I know this because my own father passed recently of cancer, and I never had nobody pass in my lifetime that affected me like this ever in life. It just never did. It never bothered me because I know as a medium what happens on the other side. But when it comes to your loved ones like this, there's no coping. There's no coping naturally. There's just not. And I am the type of person who's always been solitary in my craft, in my circle, in my life. Okay. And when I grieve and it comes on suddenly, I'll go numb, I'll go angry, I'll cry. I don't want to be bothered with the world. Nothing. Like, seriously, nothing. And that's just the way I deal with things. And everybody deals with things different. And there's no judgment on my part. I don't do that judging crap. That's for immature, weird people, okay? So, before I get in, and hey, Charlie, you know, I always got to have a call on Charlie's when the real names are Charlie's. So, hey, Charlie. Hey, Rave. What's up, buddy? What's up, buddy boy? Okay, so as you all know, hi, Dee Dee. Hi, my coven sisters. Hi, 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 hi. I love you guys. Without you, Mother Universe, first and foremost, my Father, the Northeast, South, and West, my deities, and all I call upon, my ancestors, and all the rest, because they're the best, I would not be who I am here today, okay? So I know it's extremely dark down here because I'm in the haunted bar, okay? But I just want to show you a few things that we have come up with. We are making now as well. If you are gifted, okay, and you know that you're gifted and you want to enhance your powers, we do hypnosis where we will come in and hypnotize you. We will open your third eye. We will clear your chakras. We will clear your auras. And if you aren't gifted, like you don't want to accept that you're gifted, we do hypnosis where we can just block out your subconscious of all negative, anything that was ever said to you or done to you, and retrain it to think beautiful, wonderful thoughts so everything can be positive and flow through your life positively. Yes, positively. Okay, so here's two different size bottles, okay? We have very large bottles, we have small bottles, we have baby bottles, we have mini bottles, in between bottles. We have all types of bottles, and everything that we make as a coven, as coven sisters, we do in a ritual, okay? In our ritual. So when you get this, okay, it's a donation that goes to the St. Jude Foundation, the Wish Foundation, the SPCA, all right? So you're doing a great deed when you purchase anything from us, okay? And not only that, but our stuff is absolutely guaranteed to work. So what this is my own, okay? And it is called Magical Powers Anointing Oil. I wear this on the back of my neck, and I wear it on my pinpoints, like if I would wear perfume. Sometimes I put it in my bath water. We also have money salts, invigorating salts, calming salts, protection salts. We make this in oils for your children, protection for your children, protection for your home, protection for your loved ones, protection for your pets. Pets can be possessed. Pets can be attacked through hexes, jinxes, and curses as well, just like children, just like you like your loved ones, okay? Now what this is money oil that we made, and I wear this on my pulse pinpoints every day as well, okay? Because this helps attract my money flow much, much quicker. And let me just tell you a very quick story, okay? There's so much hate and jealousy in this world, it's unacceptable. It's come to a point where it's unacceptable, okay? We as a new generation, should be uplifting one another no matter what it is we believe and no matter what it is that we do. Because we as people should not have enough time in our day to be criticizing, scrutinizing, is that the right word? I get tongue-tied a lot, right? Or judging anybody, especially when our own backyard isn't cleaned up. If you get the point of what I'm trying to say. If you feel that you can't love somebody for what they believe in or what they think, and you feel like it's better to not be around these people or those persons, walk away. Just get away. It's that easy. You don't have to slander them. You don't have to say this. You don't have to say that. It's one thing to speak truth, but when you just speaking foul and ugly on people just because you don't like them for whatever reason, it's wrong. Okay, it's just wrong. It's wrong in every aspect, every level. It defines you as a person, your character. You then become a label, and then you're just a puppet like society wants you to be. Think for yourself, okay? And do what makes you feel best, not what somebody else feels best for you. It has to feel right for you, okay? So again, just real quick, we make all kinds of oils. If there is one spell out there you can think of, we do it. And very effectively, traditionally taught witches, high priestess, psychic, mediums, everything and anything, okay? All different types of bottles, very reasonable price. Some come with droppers if requested, okay? Especially for spell casting. You don't want to put too much oil in your candles when you're dressing your candles, because then it will affect the wick and you will have to do that spell again, okay? Gotta be very careful, especially if you're putting numerous oils in the candle or you're putting fluids in the candle like your own urine or your own blood or your own saliva, okay? And I've done YouTube videos on that as well, and per request, if you noted below, I can rehash that, okay? So like I said, we have it in gambling. If you like to go to the casino, play the genies, whatever you like to do. We have it in luck. We have it in wishes. We make the money bags, the prosperity bags, the sages handmade. If you name it, we can do it. Promise you that, okay? And somebody just got one of our magic boxes and they were super excited. They got more in there than expected and super, super excited. And that makes us happy because then we're able to donate and wonderful things come back. Now, I am not a believer in karma. I don't believe in karma. The only reason why I'm saying the word is because if I don't say the word, how can I explain it to you, right? I don't believe in karma. It's erased from my vocabulary. I have never believed in karma, as I do not serve a God, a heaven, or a hell. I serve Mother Universe. And there's lots of reasons for that. If you would like to know reasons why, note below. All my videos are debatable if they're debatable in a positive way, because you can say anything you want and it cannot be negative. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. So any hate bombs, any nastiness, you're just going to get blocked and reported. We don't tolerate here. We don't tolerate that bullshit on this channel, right? We don't, okay? So don't think that your pets can't be attacked. So let's go back to my story real quick before I show you what I actually brought down here to do, right? So you think you have friends, right? You come across other witches. They may not be traditional. They may be Wicca. Oh, wait. First, let me finish, because I tend to be all over the place. I don't believe in karma because too many bad things happen to good people and too many good things happen to bad people. Okay? I believe the earth, this physical world, this plane, this realm, we have a free will and a free choice, right? To do whatever it is that we want in life. It is what it is. And there's evil in everyone, whether you bring it out or you don't. Like, there's no black magic and there's no white magic. It's magic. It's the person behind the magic, okay? And as I stated before, I'm going to be different in every single video that I do, because I'm the student before I'm the teacher, and I'm learning every day. Doesn't matter if I've been doing this since I'm 5 and I'm 43. I do this every day. So let me tell you a story. I run a group on Facebook, and I come across a witch. And I'm, helping her, trying to be friends with her, trying to uplift her, trying to get the same thing back, right? And sometimes love can blind you, right? It can. We all know that. In any way, shape, or form, love can blind you, because love is an addiction. It's an addiction just like anything else. So, like most people, that's why you're supposed to keep your circle very, very small. She turned on me. Okay, she got overly jealous, couldn't take it anymore, and she turned on me. So she tried to attack me. Okay. Her and another friend, I'm psychic, I know this. I could put both of their names out there. One begins with a K and the other one begins with a D. And they tried to throw a hex on me. But because I'm so powerful and so protected by my coven sisters out in Texas and other places as well, it bounced off of me and hit somebody innocent. And they turned into a monster in like 3.2 seconds. And if you're watching this, which you probably are, you can laugh all you want, but guess what? I took it off in less than 3.2 seconds. And now, not only did it get sent back to you tenfold, but you're blocked from ever even trying it again. You're so blocked, you have no idea. And you're gonna feel the wrath of that. Because all you had to do was let go. If you were jealous of me, or you didn't feel you were liking me anymore, you just had to let go. It's one thing to try to attack me, but then when it harms an innocent bystander that I love, because you tried to attack me over nothing but jealousy, you're going to feel it if you're not already feeling it. I have a feeling you're feeling it already. Okay, so there's some of our newest products, including, if you already know, we make youth serum. That's why I look so glamorous. Plus, we have our put together glamour spells. We do glamour spells. And now see, this is what I'm talking about in this one at bar. Is this not a whole sign? Yes, it is. So, and if you see anything go across the back, that's one of my coven sisters on our new witches. We fly at nighttime. Yes, we do. So anyway, We make spell kits, we put them together, and we can ship them out to you if you want to learn how to spell cast yourself, okay? They're very effective and easy because they come with instructions, meaning you can't mess it up, or we could do them for you. We make our youth serum in bottles like this, depending on the size that you want, very affordable, donations only, okay? And you'll be youthful forever. Ever, should it be. Okay, so what happened? I got a request through somebody I met on YouTube. They wanted a water divination spelled out, okay? They had a best friend they had a falling out, and they wanted this best friend back. Now, whether you choose to believe me or you don't choose to believe me, that's not up for me to do. I'm just here to teach you what I've been taught, what I know to be true. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I don't judge. I love you all for who you are, okay? Whenever you put will upon somebody without their permission, it's a hex. Just like a love spell is a hex. You might have not known that, but it's a fact. Okay, so anytime that you're forcing will upon somebody without their permission, there's a good chance, like a love spell, that that spell can cancel or backfire. We never want a spell to backfire, okay? We just never want to do it. So when you're doing a water divination spell, all right, you need a bowl, all right? Now, the reason why I like to work with plastic bowls, okay, is because if for any reason the candle is to break, then it would not break the glass, and then a fire would not explode, okay? It would be rougher to do it through the plastic than it would be the glass. But let me put out there a great big warning. If you're a master spellcaster like my coven sisters and I, we do not leave spells unattended, which means a 7 to 14 day candle can take possibly 35 days depending on how busy we are and what's going on in life, because we are human beings at the end of the day. We do have lives, okay, regardless. So when you're doing a water divination spell, okay, you're going to take a bowl of your choice and your liking. You're always going to sage everything before you do anything. You have to cleanse it. If it's not Florida water, which we make, basil water, rose water, holy oil, always got to cleanse everything, okay? So in here, I put glitter because I work with glitter. It's beautiful. It's magical. I love it, okay? And what you do is you get a candle. Now, when you're doing a water divination spell, you can go to your local Walmart or your dollar store and just get a regular old candle, okay? Because people think, you know, colors, oh, if I'm hexing somebody or I'm jinxing somebody or I'm cursing somebody, it has to be black. And if I'm doing good, you know, which, like I said, there's no good or black or bad magic. It's just magic. It's the person behind the magic, okay? Just like it's the person behind the device of everything that makes it evil or good, right? The only thing that I suggest is don't go to Walmart for money candles. Don't go to Walmart for any else other than a plain colored candle. You either get it from myself, a voodoo high priestess, whatever, metaphysical store, off eBay, Amazon, but you also got to be careful. I'll tell you a story about that also. So the reason why I picked purple is because when I do water divination spells, okay, I like to do purple because to me, it can signify, and it does when I'm doing this spell, purity, love, serenity, infinity, and everything that is beautiful. I can take this same purple candle and hex you, and take a white candle and hex you, and take a black candle and reverse the hex, and take the black candle and wipe away all negativity in my home. So be very mindful that there's spells out here in the world that have to be done to the T or they will not work and they can possibly backfire. And then there's spells out here that you can look in a book and say, you know what, I like this spell and I want to do it. But I don't have a yellow rose. I have a red rose. And you can add that red rose because what spells are their creativity. They're from our own minds. That's why we have Book of Shadows, so we can write our spells down because it's a creativity. So we make our own spells, and that's why we have the Book of Shadows, and they become beautiful, wonderful spells that people love to follow and use. And some spells, again, like I said, you got to be mindful. You can alternate, okay, because you can get a lot of beautiful things from the secondhand store and the dollar store and Walmart and use them in your spell casting. But then there's certain spells that have to be followed to a T, and if not, well, you're lost. So I just got this at my Walmart. It was like $1.25. It was a purple candle. And again, it wasn't the candle, okay? It was the fact that the way I dressed it, me and my coven sisters, the way we dressed it, what we marked on it, the names, the dates, which I will not identify to you because everything is confidentiality, and the way we dressed it. But again, if you're doing money spells and all that stuff, don't do it from a dollar store. Please don't. I just advise you. It's just a warning. And don't leave your candles unattended. I don't care where you go. Even if they're in a cauldron, a fireproof pan, a tub, don't walk out of your home with candles lit. Just don't do it. All right. So I'm gonna take your candle, your bowl, and you're gonna fill it up with water, okay? Wherever you feel comfortable filling it up with water. Just wanna make sure that when you put the candle in there, okay, that it's not gonna overflow the bowl. Now, when I did this spell for somebody, I put patchouli. Now, I'm Italian, so I pronounce things differently. Patchouli oil for grounding. I put the glitter in there, and I put prosperity oil in there, love oil in there, and bring me back oil, okay? And then I took the petitions, which I can't tell you right now because they're gone, and I'll tell you how I did that as well. All right, so we took the candle, we marked it all up, we dressed it, we put it in here with all our oils and herbs and our glitter, and we took parchment paper. That's what a petition is. Petition is parchment paper or a paper with absolutely no lines on it, okay? And we have plenty of parchment paper. And what you would do is you would take the one side of the parchment paper, if you want to bring these two back together, we're just talking about that at the moment. And on one piece of paper, you're going to write that person's name and that person's birthday and what you want to happen. And then you're going to fold it 3 ways, coming towards you. As I work in threes only, you want to fold it 3 ways, coming towards you, because when you want something to come to you, you fold it to you. If I wanted it to go away, say I wanted these two to separate, I would be folding it 3 ways away from me, okay? 3 times away from me. Now, and then I would do the same with the other paper, the parchment paper, the other petition, his name or her name, their birth date, and what they wanted to happen, okay? The more dominant person, the person that actually wants this person back or gone, I put on, and so do my coven sisters, the left side of the bowl. That's the way we were traditionally taught, okay? Now, if you go to your bathtub and you fill your bathtub up like you're gonna get a bath, and just like hypothetically say, this is probably never going to happen, but you forget to take a bath, or you've run out on vacation spontaneously and forgot to drain the tub. Don't matter how hot it is in your home, the water's not going to evaporate that quick. So this is another good tell and sign to tell when you're doing a water divination spell, if it worked and how well it worked by how quickly the water dissolved, okay? I could tell you this spell, the water dissolved very quickly, okay? Now, I'm sorry about the lighting. This has nothing to do with the wick, okay? Now, also, as I said prior in many videos before, when doing candle magic, it's very imperative that you align the bottom of your candle in a circle. So when you set your candle in the circle, it's sitting right in either sea salt, regular salt from your supermarket, graveyard dirt, or anything that is protective, okay? And the reason being is whether we're good or we're bad, we all have protectors from above, okay? Whether you choose to call it heaven, purgatory, the light, like I choose to call it the light, okay? Because I see what goes on over there, all right? And we have protectors. So sometimes what happens is somebody else's protectors will come and try to fight the magic off. But if it's protected, it's going to be 20 times harder for them to defeat the candle work. And a lot of people don't know that. Just like you're supposed to sit in a circle of salt when you're doing magic for protection, including opening and closing your circle. Okay, so this was circled with graveyard dirt. It's the ultimate protection for me. I love it. You can use black salt as well too. Just sage it first, okay? Now, at the top you can see we had some major resistance going on right here. Major resistance. I mean, this is as black as you can get. Excuse me. I always get hiccups when I go on YouTube. So, I wasn't the least bit worried. Because my spells and my coven sister spells, we work together, and our spells are always a success. The only time that they will fail or backfire is if the client gets the rules of being a traditional taught witch. Okay, we have universal laws, and then you write permission. Once you write permission, that's like a contract telling us that you understand the rules and we can move forward. Meaning if the candle backfires or fails, then that would be your fault, not ours. If we did something wrong to the candle, like we put too much oils or herbs or something and the candle didn't work or it broke, then we would do it again without any donation, because that would be our fault. All right, so we have the water in there, we have the petroleum oil, we have everything going on in there. We got the candle dressed, and we put it in the graveyard dirt. We have the petitions on each side, okay? And we lit it. We blessed it. We asked Mother Universe to grant it. And then there we went. Now it's over with. The candle has been read to the client. Okay, the petitions, what we did is we took the petitions out. We ripped them in 3. And we threw them out the front door to the universe. Because when you want something to come, if you're using petitions, you want to throw them out the front so it comes. Anything that you don't want, if you're using petition work, throw it out the back. Just like you're taking out the garbage, throw it out the back. So the petitions are already gone, okay? This was a successful spell between the water, between how clear it is. If you can see, I mean, it is clear. It might look cloudy because of the light, but I'm telling you, it is clear as day. Now, at the bottom, if this was like a candle we made or something we got from the metaphysical store and there was candle wax left at the bottom, like a little bit like there was here, I don't know if I would sit here and be telling you that this candle was an absolute success. Doesn't mean that it failed. It just might mean that it might take a little bit longer than average. But because this was just from your local dollar store or your Walmart, they tend to do this because they're very cheaply made, okay? But however, nonetheless, this was a success, okay? But here's one thing when you're forcing will upon somebody, okay? Let's say hypothetically, I fall in love, okay, and my Prince Charming comes along and I fall in love and we break up, and even me, a high priestess, witch, psychic medium, etc., master spellcaster, I want him to return to me. Well, that's a love hex, that's a love spell. Great chance it's going to backfire or fail on me, and I've had that happen back in 2011, and I'm not going to rehash it. It's not worth rehashing. You cannot worry about how fast your magic is going to work. You can't do that, okay? Like I always say in almost every video, if not every video, you cannot rush magic. You cannot go out to your garden and plant flowers or plant vegetables and keep digging up the seed to see if it's working and expect it not to fail. So, once your spell is done, you can tell anybody in the world about your spell, okay? But you can't sit there every day pondering, why isn't it working? Why aren't they calling me? Why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they doing that? Because when you're forcing will upon somebody, it can take a lot longer than a normal spell because you forced will upon somebody. Does that mean it's not going to work? Absolutely not. But then that's up to you. It's up to you. Are you going to let it play out and be patient and hopeful like everything else you should be doing in life? Or are you going to press it and press it and press it until it just says to Mother Universe, you're insulting me. I granted your request, I granted your spell, and you just keep digging at me, digging at me, digging at me like you don't believe in me. Poof, canceled, or poof, backfired. So be hopeful, manifest, believe, and watch your spell succeed, so motivate. Now, let me quickly say something else that was asked by per request. So you're doing magic, right? You're spell casting. And you're not using candle magic, okay? Like if you were to go into a metaphysical store or you were to order a man figure or a woman figure, or they even have penis candles and vagina candles for love spells and bringing people back together and separating people too. So the question to me was asked, well, if you're not doing candle magic and you can't read the candle, well, how do you know if the spell is working or is it effective? So being traditionally taught at the age of 5, okay, working in my coven today as a high priestess with my beautiful coven sisters, I can only explain it like this to you. Me being a psychic, I know right from the get-go when I do spells if there's problems, and I will usually alert the client, listen, there's a problem. And I've had many of them tell me they showed the video to people, they talked about the candle, they went to another psychic and talked about the magic when you're not supposed to do that till it's over, and there it went, it failed. But let's hypothetically say, because I've done this before, a very beautiful gay couple, 2 women, had separated and she wanted her lover back. So me and my coven sisters took 2 women candle figures, almost like a water divination spell, but we did it on a plate, okay? And roughly, I can just demonstrate real quick because I didn't know I was going to do this. We had them on each side with petitions underneath them for what we wanted to do. And we aligned it with, protection, grounding. And we also put coffee and sugar there as well, because coffee and sugar will speed up any spell. It's just like glitter. It's known fact. So back to the point. How do you know as a spellcaster if it's working? Well, if you're doing it for yourself, okay, you're going to know it's working or if it's not working because you're going to see results. If you don't see results, then you need to take time, fall back, and be patient, okay? If you're doing it for a client and you're just a spellcaster, you're not psychic, the client will start to see changes. And you and the client should be in contact with one another at all times, or the best to your ability according to your busy bee life. And the client should come to you and say, whatever. So you talk to one another about it, right? As long as you know that the person's not rushing the magic, because we all have questions. We all have questions, and questions need to be answered, right? So I knew the spell was a success when I did it for her, because I was watching the way the candles were burning. I was watching how the flames were dancing, how quickly the candles were burning. This all comes into play. And the figurines will move closer and closer and closer. And if they touch one another by the end of the burnings of the candles, okay, that means it was a success. It's the best way I can explain it to you if you're not doing magic candle in two different forms. One, if you're just spell casting for yourself or you're doing it for a client. There's two different ways to read magic if you're doing it for yourself and you're doing it for a client, okay? Because you can't use saliva and blood of your own or urine in somebody else's spell. That's your DNA. That will just confuse the whole spell. But say this was for me, and I wanted to use some saliva or some urine or some blood from my finger, then that would be my DNA put into the candle, which would make the candle way more powerful and effective. So, excuse me for my nose running. I'm still working with this horrible flu. Horrible flu. I should have brought tissues down with me, but I didn't know it would be this ice cold down here in this haunted bar. But why not, right? It's haunted. So let me just take another sip of this beautiful, delicious Lipton iced tea, sugar-free. Love it. Okay, so now there's many magic spells out there that could be done without candles. I could sit here and do examples all night long, but I'm not going to do that without requests at the bottom to give me a pure, specific example of a certain spell that you've either done or you want to try or you've seen somebody do, and you either want to know how to read it correctly because it was for you or for a client, or again, you need more in detail on how to know if this worked successfully. See, I can tell you that this was a success, okay? But in 3 weeks, this could be a failure depending on the client. Now, if you're Wicca, if you're pagan, and I have all these beautiful faiths and all these beautiful religions in my group, everybody's going to read their magic differently, okay? And everybody's going to dispose of their magic differently. So what you need to do if you're coming into this beautiful, gifted, wonderful world, and you're either just coming into your gifts, you're either just acknowledging your gifts, or you just want to be a spellcaster, you have to start with something small and easy, and you have to learn how to read a candle, especially if it's for a client. Because if you misread a candle for a client, and you give them wrong information, big problems can occur, okay? Big problems can occur because I know for me, I get tired sometimes, okay? And before I became a high priestess and was running my own coven, I sometimes would have a special witch that I've worked with for, 17 years now. He's a man. His initials, J. And I would have him prepare my candles for me sometimes because I get tired too. And then I would just have to come home and spark them up, line them up with salt or whatever at the bottom, and off they go. So it's very imperative, more imperative than practicing spellcasting is to know how to read. And I personally can help you with that. If you just link below that you would like help with that, I can link you my information, my email, or my direct personal phone number. If indeed you would like any spell done imaginable, we're the ones to come to, because let me put a warning out there. People are jealous and people are hateful. And it's happened to a couple people that I had to fix it for them, where they went and had people do spells for them. And what they did, instead of helping them, is they hexed their spell and hexed them so that the spell would go bad and that they would spend thousands of dollars with these people. And then they came to me. Mother Universe sent them to me through other people by word of mouth, and credibility, and I had to fix that. So use your discernment. It's a gift, a natural born gift, and use your judgment. Ask around for people's credentials, for their credibility. You can always be invited into my group on Facebook and ask anybody in group. They have no problem sharing their experiences with you, whether it was a reading, whether it was a spell, whether it was a magic box they ordered, or some types of oil, or a protection box, or anything. They have no problem. And we do many readings in there, and, you know, we do all sorts of things. And boy, do we do a lot for the tiny donation that we ask for. And people are always like, well, how do you make a living off that? Well, I do parties almost every Saturday. Some are very large and some are small. I do private readings, only about 3 a week because I have a life, okay? We have eBay getting up and running, 2 metaphysical stores getting ready to open, okay? And we make all this beautiful stuff. And every single donation that you give and anything that you order from us is a donation towards cancer. So it's not so much about the money, is it? No, it's about that we're gifted. It's belief, it's truth, it's out here. Magic is everywhere, and we want to share our gifts, and we want to help people who are struggling, especially with people who've passed over to the light. So why the heck would we charge or ask for a donation of such a large form, and you come in and I deal you 3 cards, 3 tarot cards, and it's 30 minutes, get out, don't ever contact me again unless you're coming back to get another reading and you're not satisfied. Come on. Come on, that's not even sincere. It's not okay. And I'm not judging anybody's reading. I'm just saying it's not okay. I don't sleep right with it. It's not okay for me. And my coven sisters don't feel it's okay for them either. Okay? Sometimes we go a little bit too long, especially doing a little bit of type of every single reading. But hey, nonetheless, we get to share our gifts. We get to enhance our powers. We get to do what we love, and we make your heart just a little bit lighter. And that's all we can do. So with that being said, going in the 42 minutes, and I don't know what the percentage on this phone is. Being down here, it drains very quickly. I'm going to click off, and then I might come back and do something really quick again, because there's something laying very heavy on my mind, and I think I better get it off while I can. So again, remember, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that like button when it pops up so you can get notifications, because I will be starting to go live very soon, and I do give wonderful giveaways to the people who give the most beautiful comments or feedback about wanting more of my teaching. Okay, they could be a spell of your choice. It could be a free reading that'll be booked by me. It could be a magic box. You're never going to know until you subscribe to the channel and you leave beautiful, wonderful feedback. And again, please, by all means, if you don't agree with the video, debate it below. I love that. If you need more clarification, ask for it. If you want another video and you want me to teach about it, ask for it. You can't get it with a closed mouth. But if you leave a hate bomb or any type of negativity, we're going to laugh at you. But you're not going to offend one of my viewers. So we'll just block and report you, and poof, you're gone. So with that being said, I am sending love and light, peace, positive everything, angels on your pillow, and the most beautiful sleep that you can ever imagine. And I will be right back. Promise you. Thank you for loving my channel. Thank you for trusting in me. And thank you for all your wonderful donations. You and I and my coven sisters are making this world a tad bit better each and every day you donate for anything. Thank you.